Everybody's heard of the big teams that play in the Premier League. Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, even Tottenham. But nobody really focuses on the non-league teams, the teams that play in lower tiers of English football. That's why I'm here today. I'm at my local side, Welwyn Garden City, and me and my pals are making 3 different episodes of one big documentary going over this club. We'll be talking about history, the fans, where the clubs are now going over issues they've had in recent years. But today, we're going over history. Right over there, had a photo with one of the players when a team won a double back in 2015 after a 30-year trophy drought. Big moment for the club, obviously good winning league, but winning the double, come on, brilliant. But yeah, good memories, good memories. But obviously, ground has changed a lot, got this added. Stand right here, it's been improved, newer seats, more seats for more fans. Yeah, it's good, it's good. Club's in a good place at the moment. A little fact actually, my great uncle, John Cooper, actually moved the club back in 1969 from Springfields back near Stanborough Park to where they are now at Hearns Way. See, got a home bench and away bench, pretty much the same. It shouldn't be the same. The away bench should actually be worse, you know, to make the away team feel a bit more comfortable when they come play here. Also, you've had great managers such as Adam Fisher, double winning manager, and current manager Dean Barker now. Obviously took over the team halfway through the 18-19 season. Had a lot of financial issues. But yeah, he finished the season off good. Lots of wins, but they ended up finishing mid-table. Yeah, not the best of seasons, but could have been a lot worse. But I think he's going to take them or guide them to good things in the future. So yeah. How old were you when you made your debut for Welwyn?
I was 18. I think I was, yeah, probably towards the end of being 18 as well, I think.
How did it go?
Scored on my debut on a 2-2 draw, so not too bad. I think I played in a 3-2 defeat and come on and was really thought I was out of my depth.
Why did you choose Welwyn as a club?
Well, originally we were playing at the Stevenage Academy team, and then Welwyn Garden had a youth team, so when we left the Stevenage Academy it was the closest club, local club, and a few friends were playing down here, so yeah, it seemed a good option.
What are your most outstanding memories from playing for Welwyn?
Really? Yeah, well, scoring on my debut was definitely one of them, and then we had a couple of good like FA Cup and FA Vars runs. So yeah, I'd played in like a team. Well, we set a record when we was playing for the longest unbeaten run, which got beat last season by the championship. So a few good cup runs. Yeah.
After a 30-year trophy drought, obviously you're part of the coaching team. How did you feel to finally end it?
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, winning the cup's all about day, night, whatever. It's a good run. Yeah, the double. Yeah, so it's a massive achievement for the club and really for the town. But not everyone sort of got on board with that. But yeah, no, it was good. It was really important. So it's nice to be part of the winning team. Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
No worries.
No worries.
It's all right.
Founded in 1921,
during when the town itself was in infancy. During the first months of when Welling was founded, they started off by playing friendlies, but in the 1922-23 season they entered the Mid-Hertfordshire League, playing their home games at Parkway, and then going on to playing their first official game against Marquis FC on the 26th of August 1922. And in the 1926-1927 season they qualified for the FA Amateur Cup, where they lost in a replay of the first round to Wood Green. The following season, Welling won their first major honour by beating Hoddesdon 5-2 in the Hertfordshire FA Charity Shield. In the same season they also qualified for the FA Cup for the first time, losing 7-4 away to Hampstead in the first qualifying round, previously knocking out Hitchin Blue, Cross and Ware. So, for the next decade or so, the team stuck around the same divisions, when in the 1934-35 season the team achieved their highest position in the league, where they finished third. However, in the 1937-38 season, the team finished bottom in the Spartan League. After years of sharing grounds with other teams such as Shredded Wheat FC and Murphy Radio FC, in 1939 they finally moved to their permanent ground in Springfield, just in time for the upcoming 1939-40 season. However, due to the start of World War II, for the next 5 seasons the team only managed to play around 2 games. Things started to get back to normal in the 1945-46 season, where the club went back to the Spartan League, where they remained for the next 5 years until they joined the London League in 1955. During the 1959-60 season, the club was managed by Harry Hibbs, a former England goalkeeper who achieved 25 caps for the national team, Harry being one of 2 ex-internationals to be in charge of the Citizens. The other was Alex Massey, who was capped by Scotland. So, for the next decade, the club would stick around in the same division in the Spartan League, where they would finish around mid-table. But in the year 1969, Mr. John Cooper moved the club from Springfield to their present ground, Hearns Way, where they played their first game against local side Nebworth Town FC in the Aubrey Cup. The 1973-74 season was very successful for the club, winning the Premier Division Championship at their first attempt, the first championship win in their history. And then in the 1975-76 season the club went on to join the Hertfordshire County League, where they stayed for 24 seasons, their longest ever uninterrupted period in one league to date. In this period the club came runners-up in the South Midlands League Challenge Trophy, beaten by Barton Rovers 3-1 on aggregate. But for the next 5 seasons the club were battling for top flight status, and in these 5 seasons the club never finished lower than 5th. However, in the 1981-82 season Welling Garden City FC went on to win in the First Division title, and in the same season the club also reached the cup final of the South Midlands League Challenge Trophy, but once again finishing runners-up, losing 3-0 on aggregate to Stropford FC. The 80s was a very successful period for the club, when in the 1984-85 season the club brought cup success to the town for the first time since the club was reformed, when John Snedden led us to a 2-0 victory over Purton FC in the Hertfordshire FA Senior Century Trophy for the first time ever. The next season we finished runners-up in the league by 4 points to Selby FC. In the seasons 1986-87 and 1987-88, the team managed to win the Hertfordshire FA Charity Shield. During this period, the club installed floodlights at Hearns Way ground. This was then celebrated with a match against Tottenham Hotspur. Adding more success during the 80s, in the 1988-89 season the team achieved a top 6 finish in the league, as well as making appearances in 2 cup finals, the South Midlands League Challenge Trophy and the Hertfordshire FA Senior Century Trophy, only managing runners-up in both. The 90s wasn't a successful period for the club, losing finals in the Hertfordshire FA Charity Shield, the South Midlands League Challenge Trophy. However, 1998 was a fairly successful year for the club when they reached the third qualifying round of the FA Cup for the first time, losing 4-2 to Ford United after a 2-2 draw at Hearns Way, the furthest the club has ever progressed in the competition to date. But all great things must come to an end when the season collapsed midway, causing the club to be in a relegation battle. However, the club's downward trend continued, and at the end of the 2000-2001 season, we were relegated to the First Division, thus ending one of the longest unbroken spells in the Premier Division. Guillermo Gannett was appointed manager in 2002 with the task of restoring the glory days back to the club, and after 2 seasons steered the club back to the Premier Division, and our first season back saw the club finish third. Not a lot happened in the next 3 seasons until the 2005-2006 season, where the club equalled their best ever FA Cup run by getting knocked out in the third qualifying round, losing 2-1 to Easton FC. The same season, the club also achieving their best ever run in the FA Vase by reaching the 5th round. The next season, the club achieved 4th spot in the league, being the only team that season to beat league and cup double winners, Edgware Town. Issues with management over the next couple seasons. The club suffered relegation again in the 2009-2010 season, being relegated back to the First Division. The 2010-2011 season saw our poor form continue against the background of severe financial struggle, which at one time threatened the survival of the club. This wasn't helped by having 3 managers during that season, but with the help of assistant manager Adam Fisher, helped steer the club away from potential relegation. However, Adam then went on to leave the club to become assistant manager of Barton Rovers FC. However, in the 2013-2014 season, Adam Fisher was appointed manager again, assisted by another former player, Richard Teixeira, and in his first season in charge, Adam led us to a highly reasonable 4th place in the First Division, having challenged for promotion until the final part of the season. A feature of the season was 51 goals from striker Jason Caswell, a new club record, outstripping Terry Hayes' previous best of 47 from the later 80s. The 2014-2015 season was one of the most successful for many years, with a First Division Championship and a Cup double, after nearly a 30-year trophy drought. The highlight of the following season was winning the Spartan South Midlands League Challenge Trophy for the first time, having lost in the final of this and its South Midlands League equivalent on 4 previous occasions. The following season, the 2016-2017 season, brought a lot of improvements to the ground. The 2017-2018 season was one that supporters will remember for a long time. A club record of 25 consecutive games unbeaten in all competitions was set, as well as going 18 consecutive games unbeaten, also a club record. And on the 12th of November 2017, Tottenham Hotspur ambassador and World Cup winner Ozzy Ardiles unveiled stadium upgrades, which included 2 turnstiles from the old White Hart Lane ground, donated by Tottenham Hotspur. The league championship was won for the first time since the merge of the Spartan and South Midlands leagues, and was only the 2nd title ever for the club at this level. But after some financial issues with the club, this caused the departure of double winning manager Adam Fisher to then be replaced by current manager Dean Barker. So this brings us to where we are now in the 2018-2019 season, where we are currently managed by Dean Barker, who led us to a reasonable 14th place in the league. So that was a little run through of the history of my local side, Welwyn Garden City FC. Thank you for watching.